We've received several requests from our patrons and our alumni about the Odyssey of the Odyssey, so I thought we would take just a minute to tell you a little bit about this. For one of the first times in a long time, we decided to create a show, The Odyssey by Mary Zimmerman, as a participating production in the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. Now, what makes this a little bit unusual is that normally we have student-directed, student-designed shows that we would put forth, and we'll do that every 5 years. A year ago, I had the privilege of serving on the national selection team for the KC-ACTF, and went all around the country and saw dozens and dozens of plays in all 8 regions. And I kept on thinking, gosh, MSU can do this, but we've never really tried. One of those reasons is because I personally was on the selection team of this region, and as part of the national selection team, I couldn't be on the selection team. And then this year I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And so we entered The Odyssey, a show that I wanted to do ever since I did Mary Zimmerman's Metamorphosis several years ago. We couldn't really bring that to festival because that had a swimming pool, and it was pretty much set in the Andreas Theater, and we couldn't remove it. So this time it was, let's do a show that is easily transferable to another space. So we brought back some old friends. Tom Bleasy, who's been retired now for ages and ages, came back as our set designer. Mike Croswell, who did incredible music for the Metamorphosis. It was actually the Metamorphosis team recreated. David McCarl with costume designs, Steve Smith with set designs. We all got together, and back in November of this year, we presented The Odyssey as a participating production in the KC-ACTF Region 5. This is the Heart of America region. We had responders that came and saw it. They really seemed to like it. And then we were just hoping that as the end result, it would be wonderful to be able to take it to the next step, which was the Region 5 Festival, this year held in Iowa State University in Ames. And sure enough, that happened right around Christmas time. It was that extra Christmas present that we got, and we were told that we were going to be able to remount it, which we did towards the end of December. Well, actually the middle of December. Then we took our break, and then in January we put it back together again, right on top of a dress rehearsal for Born Yesterday. That's because MSU does 18 productions every 12 months, and we can't stop what we do. We just have to kind of add on. And so then we presented it at Festival. It did very well at Festival. We were kind of delighted by the audience response. We received 6 individual certificates of achievement from KC-ACTF, including set design and masks and costume design or lighting design. We got an ensemble acting award. It was really kind of fun. And then we were held for consideration. That is to say that members of the national selection team said, this play is pretty good. Why don't we maybe see if it could go to the Kennedy Center itself? Frankly, I didn't think too much about it, except that when we were told we were held, I looked up on the website for the National to discover that the National Festival was started the day after the producers closed. I thought, well, if we're selected, that's no big deal. Producers will close on a Sunday. The festival starts on a Monday. We'll have plenty of time. Sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for, what you dream for, because then it was later on in March that we discovered, actually late February this year, we discovered that The Odyssey was one of 4 shows that were selected to go to the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. this April. We estimate that there's approximately 1,500 productions that participate with over 200,000 students. MSU has always been a great participator in KC-ACTF ever since the very beginning with Ted Paul. But this is an unusual situation. How unusual? The last time MSU brought a full production to the Kennedy Center was 35 years ago. Now, we bring students all the time. When was it? When did that happen last? Last year, the year before last, the year before last. And indeed, Matt Gilbertson, our stage manager for The Odyssey, had already received the most outstanding stage manager in Region 5, so he was going to go to the Kennedy Center with or without us. To bring the production itself is really a remarkable thing. So how are we going to do it? Well, we had to cancel a couple of performances of our next show, The Producers. We had to postpone a show, Frozen, a week. But that's what we do. We're not going to cancel anything. We just kind of pushed it around, pulled it around. There are tickets available to all of those. And then we've added another preview performance of The Odyssey. It will be our second preview performance of the Odyssey because we did one for Iowa. Now we're doing one for Washington, D.C. Needless to say, the company is very, very excited. There'll be 47 people from Minnesota that will be traveling to Washington right around Holy Week, and we're performing on Holy Thursday. And it's a pagan show, but I think the Christians won't mind too much. And then we'll come back on that Friday right before Easter, just in time to do Frozen, to do our dance concert, and to get ready for our 45th annual Highland Summer Theater. The moral of the story is that it never ends, and we hope that you can join us.